What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Brother Calvin, in the virtual building now for another episode of The Faith Factor. This is where I bring in tons of guests, local, celebrity, international, most of them who I've had the blessing to work with. So in the building, I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not going to waste her time. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present and introduce the one and only you win now. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the building, the one and only Danielle Baker.
Hey!
The audience is going wild in here. The audience is going wild. How are you, sis?
Audience, I'm great. How are you?
I'm amazing. Glad that you thought enough to stop by my show. I know you're crazy busy, but crazy busy with purpose, and that's what I admire about you as well. So let's get started. Okay, so let me fill in my audience. Danielle and I go back way back in the day. So when basically both of us got started, and she was the first person to ever hire me as an event host ever, because that's one of my careers. My degree is in broadcast production. She was the first person to ever pay me as an event host. And I honor you for that. That means a lot. It means so much. But I'm going to let her run down. So what I want to do is have my notes to keep my journalistic integrity. Amen.
Okay.
I want you to run down for the people all of your businesses, I guess in chronological order, and then like a blurb about what the purpose of it is and how they can get involved, just so they know. And so whoever needs to chime in and jump in can jump in.
Yes. Well, first of all, thank you. Thank you for your invitation. Thank you for having me. Like you said, we go way back, and it's an honor to even know that I was the first person to pay you and believing in your talent and what you have going on. That really means a lot. Even today, a lot of people take people's talents for granted or feel like, hey, they're not worth paying. But when you see great talent, you got to give them what they deserve. You know what I mean? And I'm I'm honored to say, you know what? I saw something in you, and I was willing, no matter what I had, to make that sacrifice to make sure that you was compensated for your talent. So thank you for that, for sure.
Thank you, sis.
And you asked me about the businesses. Woo, I'll tell you. That's a good question. Normally I get to talk about one, or if I'm in a different space, I can talk about the other. But you
want me to call them out?
You give me the opportunity. I'll take everybody back. I'll just let everybody know. One, I started back in 2002 with Signature Ink Models, which was a modeling company for models of all shapes, sizes, heights, and cultures. When they told me I was crazy, when they told me none of your full-figure models will ever walk a fashion show, when they told me I was crazy for trying to reinvent the wheel, all of this back 18 years ago, and I'm just glad that I never stopped, and I just kept pushing and I kept going. Because it was attached to me being a young girl. At the age, I was about 15 years old when I really was like, Mom, take me to a modeling agency. I want to do this for the rest of my life. And my mom started to take me. And that's when they used to tell me that I was too fat. My cheekbones was too high. My eyes was too chinky. And it made me fall into depression. And it wasn't until I got about 21 years old when I started that business, I just stepped out on faith. So I love the fact that what your show is called, but I've been stepping out on faith ever since I was young. I'm so serious. And it's at one point I thought I was so filled with faith that I can walk on water. Like, God, are you going to part the sea right now? I need your help, So Signature Ink Models came about. And then probably about 2009, 2010 is when everything hit a recession. And it was like the last thing you wanted to do was put your children into modeling. And, people didn't have money. People were losing their houses. And I started to redirect things and go into more of a production standpoint. Now, I had this one back in 2002, I had to produce my own fashion show because I couldn't find someone that wasn't with, all shapes and sizes. So that right there, I had to teach myself how to produce my own show. So back in, crazy. crazy. And the reason why fashion show production, not to get off the subject, but the reason why fashion show production is so big for me is because I get everything in one event. Like my adrenaline, it'd be crazy, you know, because I have the experience as a model. I have the experience as a photographer. I had to teach myself how to do makeup, like all of these different elements that you get into one. But let's fast forward. Then I went into more so production and traveling. 2010, I started Girls Glam, which is a Girls Glam. That's for my young girls, right? It's a seasonal fashion camps events, mentoring for young girls. So that's Girls Glam. Those girls, I tell you, they come in one way, they leave a whole nother way, because it's not just about modeling. We teach them the fashion aspect. We teach them dance. We help them learn about themselves, you know, building those core self-esteem values at a young age. And you know, they grow up. Next thing you know, they 20 some years old. I don't know how many girls right now. I'm like, oh my God, I remember when you were 5. Like, what in the world is happening? So Girls Glam, I love my glam business. I'm they glam mom. Like they call it, I'm they glam mom. That's just that on that side, right? So I have that business. And then shortly after that, I was coming into, it took me actually over 5 years to write a book. But my first book was Model Behavior, Get Coached, Get Booked, Get Paid. And that actually turned into a business, which is Model Behavior University. University. That book took off into a degree. I can't even keep it on the shelves now. I really wanted to. I have a digital copy available always. But now I'm in the process of putting it on Amazon. I self-published the book. But even with me self-publishing it, it was hard to kind of just keep it restocked. I mean, it really was going like hotcakes. And I realized that Model Behavior, Get Coached, Get Booked, Get Paid was so much more than just a book, you know? So I said, you know what? I really feel like the coaching aspect of this, I need to teach freelance models how to go get it themselves. I got to show them that you can get coached, you can get booked, and you can get paid, and here are the steps. So the business is an extension of the actual handbook, which is Model Behavior. So once I created that, you know, I created a membership for models everywhere. You know, it doesn't matter where you were. So we on a virtual platform now, but it been virtual for me because I knew that I wanted to reach more people outside of my area. So that's when Model Behavior University came in. I was already doing a lot of production. So you got the Danielle Baker Productions. You know, in the midst of that, of, you know, being an agent, I was able to move right into the booker role as far as being a model booker, you know, being a producer. And that's really where I am. So having a different level of, I call myself more so a multi-passionate entrepreneur. Because running multiple businesses, even though they kind of similar, they can have their own mission and mission statements. And, you know, some people, a lot of times, they might only see me in one element. You know, they might, I met you as a producer. I think you're a producer.
And that's all you do.
You know, and that's all I do. They have no idea what, you got a whole girls, but it's Girls Glam, you know, depending on how you meet me. You know, but being able to be in those roles, being able to have multiple businesses that's still sustaining, especially now in 2020, it is a true blessing. And there's no way I could have done any of this without God. Like, people ask me, how in the world you even have energy? Because when God anoints you and when God gives you a vision that you actually step out on, it's something totally different. That's why you can't get caught up in competition. You can't get caught up in what that person got that what you don't have. God will give you your own oil.
Come on.
You will have more than enough oil if you're doing what God has truly called you to do. You know,
and that's the basics right there. What did God call you to do? And are you answering that?
And are you answering?
And just so you know, this is all about you. So anything you say about you is on topic. You're like, I know I'm going off topic. You are the topic.
Yeah, I know that's right.
Hey, you are the topic.
Hey.
Yes. So what? Also, ladies and gentlemen, in addition to Model Behavior University, did I say it right? I don't want to mess up.
Yep.
Model Behavior University. She goes by International Model Booker and Show Producer. So can you go into what was your first international model placement and or just international fashion project?
Yes. Well, I guess the first one I would say was the international. I had a model to reach out to me from South Africa.
Okay.
And when I realized I reached that far, when I realized that she started coming on my Talk Tuesdays. So Talk Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning her time. She would set her alarm and get up in the middle of the night in Africa to hear what I had to say. That was something I was like, wow, I'm reaching across countries where people are actually setting their alarm clock. That knocked me off my feet. We started working together, doing one-on-one coaching. From there, more models came. After that, that's when I started working on a project for like the London area, Amsterdam, being able to be involved in different fashion productions, being able to share my level of expertise. There were people on the international end that would come over here that I would have meetings with in LA. They would want to do stuff in the States. So it was like, kind of vice versa. Well, who do you have over there? Then I was able to start getting models acquainted with different connections over in Africa, over in Nigeria, in Amsterdam, in London. Things just started, going. And it was just amazing that at one point, I wasn't even saying anything about international. Somebody had to bring that to my attention. Like, you're international now. I'm like, what do you mean? What does that even mean? But once you really realize that you have clients, you have people that's booking you for stuff that's not here in the States, you have crossed over.
Come on,
crossed over. You're crossed over now. So it's amazing. Even to this day, when I get a chance to work with models, virtually is so powerful.
Yes.
People don't realize that sometimes they use the most powerful thing against themselves, and we got to use this platform that God has given us to reach people that need to hear what we have to say, what God has already placed within us, that we're able to share to give other people hope. To help people with their foundation, to give them some type of light and motivation, and not use this tool as a negative space or a place to do a lot of complaining or talking about people. And, all these crazy videos, like, you have people looking at you. What are you adding to how they're feeling, especially right now? Are you helping them get more anxiety by watching what you said? Are you making them more negative because you're angry about something? So I'm very careful about, just the platform in general, because we are affecting people. I don't care if it's one person or 1,000. We are affecting people, especially when you're using your platform. So the international side is really a great thing. I did some virtual model castings just recently, working with more models. And even with that, I'm starting that I did a soft launch for International Virtual Fashion Week. So it's like, I'm working with international brands. That's what we doing. That's what we doing.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
That's what we doing.
And the fact that you would even share it now is amazing. Thank you for giving us the exclusive.
Yeah.
Because I got staff here at the Faith Factor, right?
You know. Yes, absolutely.
That is dope. Absolutely. That is crazy dope. I'm such a fan of your work. And I was gonna say that for later, but we might as well jump into it with the competitions and just your creative genius and you're just like a beast at it. And to watch how you do it though. See, here's the thing. You can do it or you can do it. And I watch you grace, with style, with conviction, with wisdom, guide all of us in entertainment on what you need to be thinking about, how you need to present yourself, what you need to be ready for, and even the small thing, the details. You get into the details on a regular. It's like you cannot you cannot watch the Danielle Baker production or video or experience or 2-second intro video without walking away with gems that will help you apply it to what you do. And I thank you for that. It's just the only word I can say is dope. And then you're talking about the virtual fashion week.
Yeah.
What in the world?
That's what we doing. That's what we doing.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. On that note, we out.
Go ahead. So, it was a few months ago, when we went quarantine, different models I was talking to, they was losing hope. The depression was hitting. At that time, I was already on a 14-city tour. I was excited about it. My entire calendar was done for the year. Like, I had some spaces on what I was going to do here and there, but my calendar was done. I was looking forward to this 14-city tour. I was setting up different things in every city outside of the fashion show productions. I was setting up other stuff to do to maximize while I was in that particular area. And then boom, we going through a pandemic, something that we've never experienced in our lifetime. Our great grandparents never experienced in their lifetime. And it's like, is this even real? And talking to models and seeing them lose their hope and depression, some lose their job, pay decrease, some getting sick.
Right.
I mean, it was like, I have to do something. It's all about everybody doing their part. If everybody do their part, together we win. Together we conquer. We can conquer together if everybody do their part. So at that particular time, I said, you know what? I'm going to figure this out. What is it that I can bring? How can I show up for my people? How can I be there and be an extension to be able to be, to help? And I kept looking at the fashion show tour and I said, how can I do this in a way that it can be virtually? How can I do the same thing but make it virtual?
Right.
And I started out with making for Model Behavior University. So I meet with them every Monday. And I said, I'm going to make it a homework assignment because I knew that if I started telling people we're going to do a virtual fashion show, well, what's that? How do you do that? What is this going to be? It would have been a whole lot of questions, confusion, fear.
Right.
So I made it a homework assignment, but I already saw the ending of it. I made it a homework assignment.
Visionary.
I made the models do different things to get ready, take their own photo. We started off with a quarantine fashion show. I want you to take something in your house, grab that curtain, that shower curtain, that quilt, that bedspread, that pillowcase, that pillow. I don't care what you grab, but we about to do this is your homework assignment. But they had no idea that I was going to make it into a fashion show. Exactly. Yeah. So after everybody turned in everything, I said, okay, so now the fashion show is going to be on this day at this time. Everybody's like, what fashion show? Well, what are you talking about? So it was one of those, I just had to jump out there and do it.
Slow walk people into it.
Exactly. Because there was no blueprint for what's happening right now. And I'm actually honored to be in a position where I started something. Because now you see virtual fashion shows happening, right? So I'm
right, because I'm about to do mine. I'm about to do mine sooner or later.
Hey, get it going. Like I said, if everybody do their part, it's fashion experts everywhere. We can touch the masses. We can use our own platform to touch the masses, So having the virtual fashion shows just went on and led to what else can I do? And, model, I always say May is Model Money Month. What can I do to give away something? How can I make this fun and interactive? How can I get these models motivated? Came up with Model Wars, where this week we have the female competition. We just had the male competition. We had the full-figure competition this past weekend, which I had special celebrity guests. So you saw my special guest, Google.
Yes,
celebrity guys.
Love her work.
It was
and all your other judges. All your other judges are dope too.
Yeah, thank you.
Shout out to my boy Elwood, Mr. Class. Took the competition for the bell bottle. Turn up.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And this is history. No, you fine. This is literally a historical moment in
Yes.
our industry. To be able to do virtual fashion shows and people still be entertained and inspired and motivated, just like they
Right.
went to your show and was sitting there and saw creativity. Just to
Uh-huh.
have a fashion show like competition. I mean,
Mhm.
the way that I'm stretching these models right now, like they're being stretched to be creative, to be the best that they can be, to shape themselves up, to just to get themselves back into the mindset. So it's a healthy competition. I'm building that community and network between everybody. But at the end of the
Right.
day, it's like, wow, look what you just walked away with. Well,
Mhm.
who's getting critiqued by the Google on a regular basis? Who getting
Come on.
critiqued by celebrities? You know what I mean? So bringing that type of energy during this time is what it's all
Mhm.
about for me. You know, and I want to
It's
feel
so
like I'm
needed.
doing my part, you know. So
Right.
next month I'm going for my kids. I'm gonna be doing the casting for the kids. We're gonna do an
Yeah.
entire kids fashion show dedicated to our young girls, our young guys. You know, we're gonna continue. We're gonna start our virtual international tour with our
Okay.
fashion week that's coming up. Right after Model Wars, registration will be opening for the
Mhm.
virtual pageant. We
Okay.
going in. We going in. We
That's
going
what's
in.
up.
We don't know when we're really going to be going. This is like a new normal right now. We don't know when we're really actually going back outside.
Right.
So I just want to do my part. I want to set stuff up. I actually just took my calendar for 2020 and made it virtual. Really, I already had
Oh,
stuff set up where I was a judge at competitions and pageants. I already had fashion show productions and tours. I just took my calendar and made it virtual.
lifted virtual. You so sick with it. You see what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, the Danielle Baker. All right,
Woo!
so let's talk about some of the obstacles that you've had to endure. Other
Yes,
than the million obstacles that you started off listing, were there any? Well, you know what? Let's okay, yeah, the obstacles
the obstacles. The
that you've
biggest
overcome.
obstacle that I feel like everybody can relate to is finances.
Mm,
That financial obstacle that you will still jump through hoops, you're gonna still go through different problems, different setbacks. And when people are
hmm
like, well, Daniel, can you do this? Well, Daniel, what about this? I'd be like, you know what? I'm in between blessings right now, but I might can't do it now.
Right,
But when my next blessing come, I may be able to do it, you know. But the financial piece, what I can say about that is a mindset. It's
right.
truly a mindset. You have to wrap your mind and under
Oh wait,
is a
oh,
tool.
hold on. You froze.
Money is
Hold on
a
1 second,
tool. Okay.
because you're
You still
buffering.
with
So we
me?
want to. Yeah, I can
Oh,
see you,
okay.
but you're buffering. So I want to
Uh-oh.
give Instagram a chance to breathe, so we don't miss
Okay.
the nuggets that you dropped.
Okay.
Come
All
on,
right.
Instagram. Come on with it.
About
Oh
hmm.
no, I
Oh
can
wow.
see. I can see you, but
You want me to hang up and come back?
yes, can we do that just real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, again, technical difficulties, but we're going to go right back in, bring our queen back in. Instagram be overloaded, I guess. You know, we got to take a break and come back. That commercial was brought to you by The Faith Factor.
Yes, faith
Okay,
factor.
come
Is
on.
this good now?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay. Okay. I'm actually at a family member's house that I forgot about this small gathering. We just lost somebody you know,
Oh, wow.
recently. I said, well, hey, I'm gonna be sneaking in the back. I got an interview at 9:30. I'll be
Right.
back. So I didn't know how stable their internet connection is, but hopefully
Okay.
we're connected now.
Yeah,
You can
it's
hear
still
me?
acting stupid, but we're going to go forth. I can hear you. Yeah.
Should I turn my Wi-Fi off and try to join?
I'm not even tech savvy.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, what you are experiencing right now is nothing short of black excellence, you know? And I'm proud to no, I'm not crying. I'm, you know, getting the glisten off my face. Shout out to everybody that's here. We are still with the Danielle Baker. Do not panic. We're trying a different connection and she's back in. Do not panic. Shout out to Model Behavior University in the building. Comedian Alabama, I see you in the building. Thank y'all all for tuning in. And she's back and clear. So you were talking about obstacles. The biggest obstacle was finances and everything.
The biggest obstacle was financing, and starting off young, trying to get, at 21, trying to get loans, business loan. While all of my friends were in college, I was starting a business. They thought I was crazy. Then I had a nerve to be starting a business that was pertaining to modeling, So it was very interesting, but it was like one of those things that you have to wrap your mind around money. You have to understand that money is a tool and it's something that you could use to help you be successful, but that's not your only option. And some people have to realize that when you make money first, things aren't going to happen the way that you feel, or you're going to be stressed out. You're going to be trying to how rubbing two pennies together to figure out, listen, robbing Peter to pay Paul is the best way to say it, right?
Right.
But you have to understand, like, there's a many a days that my lights been cut off. There's a many a days that I'm eating oodles and noodles. There's a many of days that I've had to make ultimate sacrifices, but I had to keep trusting and believing in God and knowing that that it's favor, not fair. And it's not about the money. Somebody can bring a blessing into your life that stretches more than what $1 would. So it's like you got to get that mentality straight around money and understand that there's other ways that you can make it without it. How many ways can you make it without having the exact amount of money that you have? And then I had to realize that I'm asking for all of this money, but what am I really using the money for? Am I using it to help with? Am I using it to help with the kingdom of God? Am I using it just to have it, to say I have it? Do I just want to do it for shopping? What is my intent for the money? What am I going to do? Am I really going to help people? Am I going to sow into people's lives? Am I paying my tithes? Like, all of these things are super important. I know one of the things that that you had asked me about was a scripture. And a scripture for me that's really big and still big to this day is Habakkuk 2:3. And it talks about writing the vision and making it plain upon tables. Writing the vision and making it plain. I used to be like, I got this stuff all in my head. I know I can see this, I can do this. It's all in my head, not realizing I ain't writing them down though. Well, so then I start journaling. I start writing things down. The more I wrote stuff down, the more the plan came in plain sight. And you got to write it so clear that somebody else can read your plan and understand your plan too. You know what I mean? So it took a while for me to get that. But even to this day, I got to ask myself, well, what's the plan? Did I write it down? What am I trying to do? How am I going to bring these things in creation? How am I going to call these things that are not as though they are if I'm not writing anything down? How am I asking God to bless this vision if I haven't even wrote anything down? So that was something big for me, coupled with, you'll have what you say. What are we saying? What are we saying? And understanding it is really, truly shaping your life on a daily basis.
That's what's
you
up.
You about to have me going off because I missed my virtual church service today. So you about to have me.
Come on, where 2 or 3 are gathered.
Off right now.
Where 2 or 3 are gathered. Hey, I tell people the church is us. The church is us. The ministry is us, and you are a prime example of what ministry looks like. Can we talk about some of the funniest mishaps that have happened at shows?
Ooh, a lot. And I guess it depends on what you call funny, because we got wardrobe malfunction, people tripping down the runway. I remember one show, it was so dark, all we had was a spotlight at the end of the runway, and somebody walked off the runway, clean off the runway. I'm talking about clean off the runway. All the way off the runway. All the way off the runway. I think that probably was one of those funny moments, but is she okay? Hold
Serious.
on. Let me make sure she okay, and then I can laugh. Yeah, that was hilarious, though. There's been shows that, you know, I've had to put people out of the show for different
Are you
reasons.
serious?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Some might call it funny. Some may not. I remember one, this is when
It ain't
cell
funny at the
phone,
time, is it? It ain't
it
funny
ain't
at the
funny
time.
at the
You got to
time. It's
go.
not, you gotta go. I know, I remember one time I had a guy backstage, and this is when cell phones with the video picture side like just came out. And it was a guy backstage taking pictures of the models. I immediately had to take that phone, delete all this stuff out of it, and told him he had to leave. Like,
Right.
this is not what we're going to do, you know?
Right.
What else? Funny moments. The walking off the stage was the funniest, probably, though. It definitely was.
Did she fall on top of somebody in the audience, like the VIP?
No, because there wasn't anything there but the spotlight at the end of the runway. And the runway was probably about 4 to 5 feet high. She walked clean off the stage.
Oh, she walked past the spotlight.
No, she walked off the stage, like, so the spotlight was on the floor. So when she was walking down, she walked off the stage like a one big step was like boom, and she fell in front of the spotlight. It was crazy. Yeah.
Was she all right? Did she like get right back up?
She got right back up. She got right back up, but she couldn't see the stage to get back on. It was really bright. It was really bright. Yeah. So, but I mean, we done had some good times. I think another funny moment is the smallest backstage I ever had was probably, oh my gosh, I can't, like, if you think about the size of a Hyundai. Like, it was super tight with like 20 models with bags, 6 designers. We have no room to do anything. Yeah, so it got crazy.
But you make it work, right?
Make it work, absolutely.
You make it happen.
Absolutely.
So tell us how we can get involved with Model Behavior University.
Absolutely. First, you can go to modelbehavioruniversity.com. All of our information is there. You can go to thedaniellebaker.com if you're looking for more of the production end. Also, girlsglam.com if you got little girls. And then also, guys, right now I'm going to be opening registration soon for the virtual pageant. And I'm going to be doing some more castings for the virtual fashion show. So they can click the link in my bio and get on the list right now. Get on the list so you guys can know when all of these virtual things are happening, because it's going to be a nonstop situation. It's one of those, the engine is rolling. We're going to ride this thing until the wheels fall off. There's going to be something going on all the time on my page, literally all the time. And then the other thing is the text blast. People can text the word wars to 21,000 and get on the text blast list so they can get that alert, that reminder when a virtual event is happening.
Okay. That's what's up. So that was the end of my questioning. And you also answered what I was going to end with, is what you hope to ultimately accomplish. And I think you explained that very thoroughly, you know, is doing your part in inspiring. And so once again, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for all that you are doing. I look forward to continuing to work with you in the future. I look forward to everything that's about to pop off on your page and in your business. I pray nothing but blessings and increase in your life, your family, and everything you're attached to.
Thank you. I received that.
Yes.
I truly received that. Thank you. And I'm going to dish that right back to you. And I want you to continue to let God use you in every way, and just know that as long as your hands are lifted, as long as you continue to praise him, honor him, you already know that he's going to take care of you. I just pray many blessings over your family, all of your talented. You're a very talented man. And it's just going to take the right person to see you that has those opportunities. It's going to take you to continue to create your own opportunities. It's going to take you to use your own platform and being your absolute self, not comparing to anybody else, and know that you all. Here's the thing about you, Calvin. You already have everything that you need. It's already inside of you. You have to know that you trained all your life for a moment like this,
Mm.
for such of a
Come on.
time like this. You
Talk about it,
trained for
sis.
time. You trained for it. Now you got to take it by force. Don't wait for nobody to give it to you. You got to take it by force. You already had it in you. You are a talented man. You got to act. You got to sing. You know, you got so much going on for you. You know how to be a model. You got so much happening. You're more
Thank
than
you,
a
sis.
triple threat. You're more than a triple threat.
Thank you,
You
sis. I
got,
appreciate it.
seriously.
That's
You
what's up.
ready. You ready. You're
Turn
more
up.
than ready. You're more
Turn up.
than ready.
Yes. Yes. I
More than ready.
receive it. To everybody on here, this is what I'm talking about. You need to be attached to people who have the mind of Christ, right?
Yeah.
Not only that, but the obedience of Christ and the humility to
Yeah.
share and pour into you as well. You see
Mm-hmm.
how it's a reciprocal situation.
Yeah.
Y'all watching? Are you paying attention? It's a reciprocal. We need each other.
Yeah.
We need each other. And so thank you again, sis.
Yes.
We're praying for your family and the time that y'all are going through right now as well. And I look forward to seeing everything. Go to her page at the Danielle Baker, and you will
Yeah.
find out everything. Shout out to Model Behavior University. I see y'all still in the building. And we just going to keep turning up for the people. Love you, sis.
All right. Love you too. Take care. All
Take
right.
care.